Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome here for the first time. Lately I'm thinking a lot about doing it scared. I think a lot of us struggle with pursuing what we really want to do because we're scared. But as I've gotten older, I feel like my fear of not doing something in the end and having to look back at my life and realize that I didn't just follow my heart. That's a scarier thought to me than how scary it can be to pursue something you're dreaming about. Like this week I'm gonna be filming a part of this month's doc with someone I've never met before. They seem nice. Yeah, I think it's always good to believe the best in people. They're probably a lot nicer than your brain is defensively making them out to be, if you might be. I'm also going to be hosting my first show and tell session, which is a little club I'm starting, and it was supposed to be happening like right now actually, but I changed the date and time because, I mean, there was a bunch of RSVPs, but I guess Saturday afternoon gets busy for people, so I think it was just really a scheduling error or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, hopefully a Friday evening will be more open for people. I think like a Tuesday or Thursday is a good club night, but that's what we could do this month. So hopefully, and I have people responding to the fact that the date has changed and being like, ooh, I can do that. So that's exciting. I think it'll be good. And I could have just kept the date and time, but we just wouldn't have had really enough people show up. And this club is really all about people showing up and meeting new people. And if it's not gonna do that, then we gotta reschedule. Tomorrow, Joel's Make a Movie During the Oscars thing is happening, and I'm gonna try that out. I'll probably just have to make it alone. There might be a couple friends who will join me. I'm gonna go see some friends after this, and I'll inquire with them, but I might end up making it alone. We'll see. But I'm excited. I don't really have any ideas. But maybe something will come. Maybe something will come to me today. I don't know. But then I watch things like Waterfall TV or Tree TV by Joe Pera, and it's like you just find something beautiful to shoot for a while. You're golden. So yeah. I feel like maybe my attention span is suffering a little bit right now, or I don't know. I'm so drowsy today, so I won't judge myself too much on that. But yeah, and I have no ideas, and maybe that is a scary thought, but yeah, it doesn't. I'm not feeling too intimidated. I'm just excited to try it. I feel like for a while I was doing things scared, and now more so I'm just doing things. I think that comes with consistency. Yeah, and I think pretty consistently I am stepping out of my comfort zone and trying things. And sometimes I will do something and maybe I won't really like it. There's never anything that I regret, but sometimes I'm like, oh, what if I did it more like this instead of like that? But that's a part of doing things, is learning from what you did and doing things differently next time. That's what progress is. That's what growing is. And sometimes that growth is slow, and other times it's fast. You just have to hold patience for yourself. You're gonna grow into who you want to be if you can feel them existing in your brain, and if you're taking the steps that they would take. And you also, it's not someone who's so far away. The personality and like the likeness of that person, maybe everything that they have is a little further away, but who they are as a person, you can come into that right now. And it's only your resistance that's stopping you from doing that. You're denying yourself the freedom to be the best version of yourself. And of course, there are barriers, but I like to think any day you can get pretty close if you really want to and if you really try. And they don't even have to do all that much. And sometimes being the person that you've always wanted to be doesn't involve doing anything. Sometimes it's just laying down and meditating and channeling the calmness or just the feeling and the essence of being that person and letting that direct your next step. I feel like I have a lot of anxiety, and I feel like it shows in the way that I carry myself. And it's really amazing how much we physically show what we feel, whether that's depression or anxiety or or even ADHD or something, how that shows in our eyes and in our face and in our posture. And I feel like that is the part of it right now that I'm most frustrated with, the part that has become so much of a physical part of who I am that is harder to change, and I don't know if it will ever change. Maybe I do just have to accept it. And I think there are ways to change that, but then I think about changing it and I don't really know if I really want to. I think I do like my mannerisms, and I do like the way that I am, and if there really was something I wanted to change, there are ways to change it. I guess maybe you need to be more, I'm just thinking about almost the subliminal ways that our physical acts and its micro expressions and postures. And you can read a bit about a person through that. And that's fine, and it's probably actually kind of good. Like, oh, their posture looks anxious. I'll make sure to be extra welcoming to them. Or their posture looks a bit depressed today. Maybe I'll give them a few extra compliments. Try to give them something to smile about. Maybe it is good. Maybe it's just a form of communication, and maybe it does change. I think it does actually change. Maybe it's just a limiting thought of mine, thinking I'll always carry my anxious posture with me throughout my entire life. I think maybe that is just a limiting thought. Never mind. Well, living in Toronto has been nice. It's been actually a lot less social than I thought it would be. Maybe it's a winter thing. Yeah, I don't know. People are busy. People have jobs. People have responsibilities. We are adults. A few of my friends have a studio space that they share, though, and well, I have two groups of friends who have studio spaces, and one of them is more omnipresent. They're just always there and just have a more fluid availability. So I'm gonna go there today after this, and then there's another one that I'm gonna visit next week also. I just want to make sure that because I am welcome to those spaces, that I am going to them. I think even in the Netherlands, I had one of those spaces, and our friends had a studio together that I could visit. Yeah, there were periods I didn't go as much as I probably should have. But I remember just sitting in my room and feeling comfortable that that was an option. Sometimes that is enough, but I think it is good to actually get out. And I think that does relate back to doing it scared. Maybe you're like, I don't know, there is a mental block in going to a space that isn't home to try to be productive or try to be social or whatever you're wanting to do. But I think what's best for that resistance is just getting dressed and putting yourself outside and and taking the tram to the studio and being there and seeing what happens. I mean, there are some days I do need to be at my computer and I do just really need to focus. But I think today will be a good day to go because I'll just edit this video. If there are other places you can go and you find yourself not taking advantage of that, this is a reminder to go and do that. And if there's an event that looks cool, that seems like it could benefit your life, this is your reminder to go. Last month, I feel like I spent more money than I usually do, and spending money is scary for me. But I had a real mental revelation where it's like spending money on things that are good for you is what you're supposed to do within your means. Like, I was going to yoga classes, and what else was I doing? I don't know, getting myself a treat. You know, eating out every now and then, not all the time. Going out to the bar with my friends, going to the comedy show, paying the ticket price, you know? And it's scary to spend money, but in some ways, that's just how you gotta pay for your quality of life, or at least a fraction of it. But recently, I've kind of been doing less of all that because I'm like, maybe I'll take a break for a second from all that, get back into it, maybe next month or something. I think it's good to have periods of, I'm just gonna save right now. I think right now for my quality of life, working on saving is gonna be the best for me. I feel like at the time last month, especially too, it was just really good for me to be getting out and doing things. There's periods where you need more of that. This month, I'm totally cool being a homebody. I think with doing it scared, you also have to know what's worth doing scared. You need to be in tune with yourself and what you need. And that comes with meditation and with knowing what has gotten you through how you're feeling in the past and emulating that if you need to, or if you're at peace. What do? You have to know what you want. Because you shouldn't do something that you don't actually want scared. Sometimes being scared is just a physical knowing of that something just isn't for you. Sometimes fear is just incompatibility. So there's clocking that as well. And I think I'm at a place where I don't feel much of that anymore. That's good. And a lot of times life doesn't give us an option to do it scared or not. A lot of the time. There's a lot of scary things you have to do day to day. Tax season's coming up. That's terrifying. I have to move a couple times these next couple months as I leave the sublet and go somewhere more permanent. Scary. To manage your relationships. Even just reaching out to a friend, even if they are literally your friend. Sometimes it feels scary just to reach out and say, hey, do you want to get dinner? I don't know. I like you. Do you want to hang out? Is that okay? Am I overstepping? No. And I feel like I'm just trying to be more unabashed about asking people to hang out. Literally, just asking them. Try not to use the word just. I just thought. Or, I wonder if you might like to. No. Hey, do you want to get dinner? Do you want to do something? Do you want to... Just asking. Straight up. Just being straight up. But to be straight up, you have to know what you want, yet again. I'm so sleepy today. I am so sleepy. I'll leave you with that. I think that was pretty pleasant. Make sure you're getting your vitamins and minerals. And I'd appreciate if you subscribe and like and comment. Make a movie during the Oscars. And have a nice day. And dress for the weather.